Hello, my friends, hello, and welcome once again to stately Vaughn Manor. And it's Sunday, so it's gotta be time for the Sunday Penguin. And this week, we've got an extra special Sunday Penguin. We're going to be talking about that classic work of literature, Captain America. Yes, Captain America. Captain America is a Penguin classic now. It sure is. Yes, Penguin Classics have decided that Marvel Comics, at least the older ones, are classics. And they have published them as Penguin Classic editions. At least 3 of them so far. So far they have Captain America, Spider-Man, and the Black Panther as their first 3 Penguin Classic editions of Marvel Comics. I'm assuming they picked these characters because they're popular. That's what my assumption is. I am also assuming that they will publish other Marvel Comics as Penguin Classics in the future. Sounds like that's kind of their plan, but, you know, we'll see. But so far, they've come out with 3 of them. When I first saw this solicited, I was really interested in what a Penguin Classic edition of a comic book would be like. So even though I knew that I had all of these stories already, no matter what stories they put in here, I knew I already had them. But I ordered it anyway. I ordered 1 of them. I didn't order all 3. Just purely out of curiosity. I wanted to know what was in these volumes that made them a Penguin Classic edition of these comics. So this is, like I said, the Captain America one. This is the hardcover. They have softcover versions of these that look a lot like their regular Black Spine Classics, only, you know, comic book size. So it has a very nice cover, has the metallic edges there. This is a scene from the first issue, Captain America's origin story from that. Now there's a lot of supplemental material in here in the front and the back of this thing. This is the title page there. Let me see here. Am I missing something? Yeah, I am missing something. So it has little notes there on Captain America. And this one that I'll read, this is the note, Penguin Classics Marvel Collection, which this is what they're saying about their Penguin Classics Marvel series. It is impossible to imagine American popular culture without Marvel Comics. For decades, Marvel has published groundbreaking visual narratives that sustain attention on multiple levels, as explorations of the relationship between power and responsibility, as metaphors for the experience of difference and otherness, as meditations on the pain of adolescence, and the fluid nature of identity, as examinations of the meaning and limits of patriotism, as ironic juxtapositions of the cosmic and the quotidian, as resources for the understanding of political and social history, and as high watermarks in the artistic tradition of American cartooning. Damn! I didn't know Marvel Comics was all that, and I've been reading them my whole life. I didn't know they were so fancy. Apparently they are. Let us continue. These carefully curated collections present the foundational tales and characters of the Marvel Universe as Penguin Classics. Scholarly introductions and supplemental materials provide essential context for the modern reader, while forwards by contemporary authors speak to the enduring significance of Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and many other iconic creations. So I guess we're definitely going to get the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, apparently. The Penguin Classics Marvel Collection serves as a testament to Marvel's transformative and timeless influence on an entire genre of fantasy. Wow! See? I always liked comic books. It turns out I had every right to, because they're so full of awesomeness and, you know, seriousness at the same time. Who knew? So there's a title page there. We've got a series introduction, which I imagine every volume has. We've got a forward for the Captain America volume. And this forward is by... Did I miss out who the forward was by? The forward is by Gene Luen Yang. We've got a volume introduction after the forward, because you can't just have a forward. You need an introduction too. Otherwise, you know, it's just not penguin-y enough. So the introduction is by Ben Saunders. And so the first story in here is, appropriately enough, Captain America Comics #1, March 1941. And it reprints, cover and all, Captain America #1. So this is the only Golden Age issue, I believe. The reproduction in this is very, very nice, I have to say. The paper quality, it's not glossy. It's a matte paper. It's matte paper, but it's very nice. The paper quality, it's thick, and it just works. The coloring, I believe, probably works very well with this kind of paper. My color vision is crap, so I can't really tell you, but, you know, I'm assuming. And we have some of this original Jack Kirby artwork. So it's cool. We've got this first issue, and then it jumps forward in time to Tales of Suspense number 59, November 1964, Captain America. Now, so what it's doing now is it's jumping to the Silver Age Captain America, when Captain America returned to the Marvel Universe, and this is his first solo adventure. You would think, and I don't know why they didn't include this, you think they would include his actual return, which was in the Avengers. I don't know why they didn't include that issue. At the end of this volume, they include like 4 pages, 3 or 4 pages from that story. Just the little part where they find Captain America. They should have included the whole thing, because it was a Captain America story, an important one. So I'm thinking it was dumb not to include that whole story. They really should have. However, I can't argue the stories that they did include through most of this volume. Most of this stuff is just magnificent. The early Captain America stories by Jack Kirby were magnificent. The Stan Lee, Jack Kirby stuff, I mean, it was just great. We got the origin of the Red Skull here, just reproduced beautifully. I mean, I have to say, this volume is just a beautiful, beautiful volume. And I mean, just the quality of it, the clarity of the reproduction, it's really nice. He who holds the cosmic cube. You had to have this story in there. He who holds the cosmic cube. So just a bunch of really nice stuff in here. We also have some letters pages and things like that that are reproduced. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So you have all that Stan Lee, Jack Kirby stuff. But then we have what I'm not surprised at all to see, which is the Steranko stuff. Steranko took over for a while. Steranko is a very, I suppose he's well-respected comic artist who was very unusual. And these issues of Captain America that Steranko did are they're very highly regarded. Every time they would, if you were to come out with any kind of special Captain America anthology, they're going to stick these issues in here. The Steranko issues. And he has a very arresting visual style. It's a very interesting visual style. And I think at the time that these issues came out, they must have seemed really, really cool. Just the way he put the panels together. Yeah, that's pretty cool right there. It must have been really something, these early Steranko issues. So, interestingly, there is an afterword in here by Steranko. Now there's something and it is kind of an epic of ego. One thing you need to know about Steranko, there is no greater Steranko fan than Steranko himself. If you want to know how great this artist is, Steranko will tell you. He'll tell you how great Steranko is. And man, he'll just go on telling you even more how great he is. Because he thinks Steranko is the best. Now, he's good. Like I said, he has an arresting visual style. There's a lot of energy in here. He doesn't really seem to know how the human body works. Like, this is my favorite Steranko panel here. You'll notice that that Bucky and Captain America, their legs appear to be growing out of their chests. I mean, there's no way a leg does this. I mean, this is very Steranko. Steranko didn't understand how the human body worked. he just didn't get it. Gravity he also had a problem with. I think Steranko thought that gravity was just a theory, you know, and that it didn't really exist, which is why you have Captain America doing, well, stuff like this. I'm not sure what he's doing there. He's bouncing around. Gravity, man. Who needs it? And so that stuff almost doesn't matter, though, because of just how interesting these panels and pages are put together. I mean, this is some artistic stuff. And like I said, Steranko at the end of this volume tells you just how great it all is, how innovative it is, and how Captain America was just a big pile of crap by the time he picked it up, and how he saved this comic book in like the 3 issues that he did of it before he left. So you have that, which is, you know, kind of interesting. So we have the Steranko issues. I guess we needed them. And like I said, you have an excerpt from the Avengers #4, which just shows you Captain America being saved by the Avengers, but they really should have printed that whole story, and it's dumb that they didn't. There are some notes here at the end, which I have not gone through, but very often Penguin Classics of anything will have notes at the end, and this has some notes. I will have to... Oh, these are notes to the introductions. Okay. Not notes to the comic books themselves. They have very nice end papers there. So overall, it's really nice. This is a really nice Captain America anthology of classic Captain America stories. I'm assuming the Spider-Man and the Black Panther volumes are equally nice. So it's cool. I mean, like I said, I don't need this, so I'm going to be giving this away in the near future in a giveaway that I'll be doing, because I mean, why would I keep it, really? This scholarly stuff is nice, but for me, unnecessary. So I am going to be giving this away, but it is beautiful, and I did want to look at it, and now I've seen it, and I think they did a very nice job on these books. So if you're just interested and you just want an anthology of these characters' original stories, these are dynamite. At least this one is. And I'm assuming the Spider-Man one and the others are going to be all just as great. So yeah, it's excellent. I feel like I just did an Epic Comic Book Wednesday, but it's the Sunday Penguin. So I'll be talking about more comic books on Wednesday. I'll be talking about Green Lantern this week. So that'll be fun. So yeah, that was my Sunday Penguin for the day. Next week, I'm going to be starting a series on ancient penguins. A series on ancient penguins. That'll be fun. Everybody loves ancient penguins. Okay, guys, I will catch you next time.